Well, today we have a decision to make. Whether or not this Lemon Elberta tree that's been badly damaged can go another year, or whether it's time to say goodbye to this wonderful tree that has served us for so long. We're here back at this sunburned Lemon Elberta tree. Well, we're going to walk around and just take an examination of the state of the tree and look at some of the fruit it just produced. This tree is about 15 years old. It has been a very productive tree for us. A few years ago, we got really busy on the farm, and these trees up here at the old house got a little bit neglected. You can see down here on the trunk, the peach borers really got going on this tree. Looks like we have one more resident peach borer right now. We had 10 or 15 of them around the trunk when we came back that next spring. They had really done a number. Probably about half of the trunk was destroyed. So what happened up here was a lot of the scaffolding, you can see about only half of the tree is really left. So all the scaffolding coming out this way on the tree had died back and was looking sick. So we did the best we could to prune off the areas that were dying so that the areas that were living could have a chance, and maybe we could work at pruning it in such a way that some of the branches would start working their way this way. But some of the other limbs up in here were dying back too, like this one here. And this limb, for example, that got pruned off was partially responsible for protecting the main scaffold here. So another result of all the peach borer damage compounded into more problems, because we had to prune off those. It opened up the scaffolds and we received huge sunburn damage. But one of the things we could have done, if we would have taken more time to think about it, is we could have painted these scaffolds white to help protect them. And so this tree really took a double whammy. So we did the best we could this year to try to prune it and invigorate it with fertilizers to help it do the best it could. We let it produce some fruit. And so over here, we just harvested the Lemon Elbertas that were on it, and they're kind of small. We thinned them the best we could to try to give the tree as much energy and oomph as it could have, but the tree just doesn't have very much oomph and energy. It's in a weakened state, and I haven't even eaten one yet, but I have a feeling they probably are not the best tasting peaches either. So let's see how they taste. That one actually wasn't that bad. This is a good tree, but it could be better. So the ability for this tree to produce productive and good tasting fruit, I think, is starting to become past the point. It's a little bit too crippled. Some of these areas we tried hard to prune to try to reinvigorate them have already died back. Basically, this whole scaffold right here is dead now. You can see how small and yellow some of these little leaves are. One of the things that this type of leaf is a lack of fertilizers and different minerals, maybe nitrogen. It just can't get what it needs. And part of the reason it can't get the fertilizer up to the limbs is because the trunk and the scaffold limbs are so damaged. The conduit for all the juice to flow up to these areas is basically been cut off, at least the majority of it. Let's say we were to keep it now. By the time we prune this again, we might be left with a third of the original tree. And maybe it would give us even one more year at a quarter of its normal size and produce some really bad peaches in that final year. Or do we go ahead and cut this one down and bring in a new tree, and with all of our correct principles, within 2 to 3 years, have another productive Lemon Elberta tree here? We're coming to the answer. I think we're getting to the point where this tree is going to be retired, maybe cut into some firewood. It can still be of service, and we're going to plant a new tree in its place. The peach trees grow pretty fast if you do them right. I think we can. And we're grateful to this tree. It's been such a good one. It's produced some really delicious fruit over the years, and they were really beautiful looking too. They probably could have won a blue ribbon at the fair. Even if you guys don't have a big farm or many acres or much land at all, a strip in your backyard or a pot in your apartment, keep growing and keep farming and we'll see you on the next one.